Alright, now in this video we're going to do problems 11 through 14. The measures of the four angles of a quadrilateral are given below. Which pair of these angles is complementary? Solve the problem, record your answer, and then we'll go over this. Complementary. What does complementary mean? Remember the little trick, if I draw a C, I can continue on and do 0. So complementary angles are two angles whose sum is 90 degrees. So we're looking for two angles with a sum of 90 degrees. Well, the first thing that I would do is I would look at J and I would look at M. If I add anything to those angles, it's going to end up being more than 90. So my answer is not going to be anything with a J or an M. J, M, M. Well, that makes that problem pretty darn easy. K and L. So let's add 36, which is the measure of angle K, plus 54. And what is my sum? 90 degrees. So J and K are my complementary angles. Which is always true? Which of the following statements is always true of a rhombus? So go ahead and answer the question, and then we'll go over it. What I would do is I would draw a picture of a rhombus. I know that this is a rhombus, and I'm going to mark all sides congruent. And then, but I also know that this is a rhombus, and I'm going to mark all sides of this one congruent as well. This is a special rhombus. It's a square. Now, obviously not all rhombuses or rhombi look like this. Some of them can look like this. So it has four right angles. Well, a square has four right angles, but these are not right angles, so that's not always true. Opposite sides are congruent. This one's tricky because, yes, these sides are congruent and these sides are congruent. But think about this shape here. This is a rectangle. Are opposite sides congruent? Yes. Does that mean that it's a rhombus? No. So that is not a defining characteristic of a rhombus. It has exactly one pair of parallel sides. Well, this side is parallel to this side, but also this side is parallel to this side. So exactly one pair? No. It has two pairs of parallel sides. Alright, so then the only answer is D. It is a regular polygon. What does regular mean? It means all sides are congruent, and that is a defining characteristic of a rhombus. All sides are congruent. If angle M has a measure of 24.6 degrees, what is the measure of its supplement? So think about S, supplementary angles. I can carry that on to make it an 8. Supplementary angles have a sum of 180 degrees. So I know that if one angle is 24.6, I can take 180 degrees and subtract out 24.6 degrees. Remember, when you're adding and subtracting with decimals, think about money. You can't line up $180 and subtract out 24.6 or $24.60. You've got to line up your decimal points. So when I line those up, I can subtract, and I end up with 155.4 degrees. So its supplement is 155.4. So go back and check it. Add 155.4 to 24.6 and make sure that you get 180 degrees. So let's look at 13. A triangle with two congruent sides. Two congruent sides. So I know I want you to solve this problem first. So two congruent sides and one angle measuring 100 degrees is. So we're looking at sides and angle measure. So we're going to have two names for this triangle. Two congruent sides means that it is scalene. Two congruent sides means that it is isosceles. And then one angle that measures 100 degrees is obtuse. So these two sides are congruent, and then this one angle has to equal 100. So I know it's not scalene because that's two sides congruent, so it can't be A. Isosceles, yes, but let's look if it's a right angle. Well, technically I could have a right isosceles triangle. However, if my other angle has to measure 100 degrees, 100 plus 90, I'm already over 180, and I know that the sum of all angles of a triangle has to equal 180, so it can't be B. Equilateral is out because equilateral has three congruent sides, so C is my correct answer. Isosceles because two sides are congruent, and obtuse because of that obtuse angle. Alright, and we are on the last one. If triangle LMN is translated 2 units to the right and 6 units down, what will be the coordinates of the vertices of the new triangle? So stop the video, solve the problem, and record your answer, and then we'll go over it. So 2 units to the right. So we're going to take each point, and we're going to, vertices are corners. So we're going to go 2 units to the right, 1, 2, and 6 units down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's angle L. So L is going to be at, what is my x coordinate? It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So negative 3 down 2. So L is at 3, 2. Negative 3, 2. So here's M. I need to go 2 units to the right, 1, 2. And then 6 units down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so M. So if I name this point, I start at the origin. I've moved to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So 5 units to the right, 0 units up. So M is at 5, 0. Let me do some erasing here. And then the last one, point N, I need to go 2 units to the right, 1, 2. And then how many units down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units down. So point N is at, let me start at the origin and go 1, 2 units right. So X is at 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 2 down 11, so 2, negative 11.